Good evening. I'm so green. My middle name should be David Suzuki. But I'm going to leave my eco at the door. Out here before me, we're all on the same page, outraged maybe by the endangered animal ringtones we can all download for free on our disposable smartphones. You are the green. I can hear the eco echo, eco echo, eco echo, the geometric mean of you, ricochet, elemental, environmental, unbound around the room. You are the green, located between yellow and blue. You are the paradox, the herbal window box, growing on the other side of the fence. You are apples brimming the orchards of our future. You are free trade seeds, ancient as abacus counting beads. I can hear the eco, echo, eco, echo, eco, echo of you boomerang around the room. You are the green, the rare pigment of an artist's paint. You are the Crayola crayon named green, after grass or sea glass, that children will color in their coloring books filled with rainforest dreams, 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 trees, dreams, trees, dreams, dreams. Oh, two, oh, two, oh, two, oh, leading the change like the light, to the light, go, to the light, go, green light, go. You will stop the auto gettin', use wind power energy, go, grow, grow, grow. You are intertwining vines in the shape of H2O. You are the wilderness. Grow, grow, grow. Wing of burrowing owl, feathering the world. I can hear the echo, echo, the hue of you, the hue of you, the hue of hope. Breathe the scent of sapping pine. Breathe, breathe. Drink the stream of clear water wine. You are the deep green, the emerald isle like the tablet or the lake, distinct and fertile. You are love-making grails, holy, green as uncharted ocean, a prayer of devotion. You are a small turtle with a magic square on your shell. Lo shu, lo shu, lo shu. Song of mountain bird, honeycomb of buzzing bees. You are the open prairies. For me, you are the whole sky, poignant as the pale green of Van Gogh's Viridian sky, sky, sky. You are the inspiration we all take with us as a way to honor the earth. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark Bellamy.
And I am Karen Johnson-Diamond.
And we are your co-hosts for this evening, and we are delighted to welcome you to the celebration of environmental excellence in Alberta.
The 23rd Annual Emerald Awards.
Welcome. And now, on to the first award for the Community Group and Nonprofit Association category.
This award recognizes particular environmental initiatives led by volunteers, community groups, not-for-profit or professional associations that demonstrate commitment to the environment and have produced measurable and sustained positive change.
To present the Emerald Award for Community Group and Nonprofit Association, please join us in welcoming Minister of Alberta Environment and Sustainable Resource Development, the Honourable Robin Campbell.
So in 1991, the Emerald Awards were born from its humble beginnings, and for over 23 years, the Emerald Awards have turned into a much sought-after award. So I'd like to congratulate all finalists and say your efforts are leading the way to a healthier environment, not just for Albertans, but for the entire world. So the finalists for the Emerald Awards tonight are Camp Maskapatoon, the Miskatakas Institute, the Solar Energy Society of Alberta, Bicycles for Humanity, and the Clean Air Strategic Alliance. The first of the 3 Emerald Awards will go to Camp Mascapatoon.
Camp Mascapatoon is a children's summer camp located on the shores of Pigeon Lake, Alberta. We have 200 acres of natural land that the children come out and enjoy every summer. One of the things that really makes our camp unique is that since it was founded in 1956, we haven't really changed it very much. The children are involved in activities like hiking, archery, canoeing lessons, swimming in the lake, and just really getting to enjoy the natural surroundings. We have a lot of children who come out from the city who have never really had experience with the natural environment or the forest before. And by the end of the week, they're playing in the mud and they're exploring in the creek and just really getting to see what's around them. And you can really see that it kind of engages their curiosity and they really want to learn more. And so although they're having a lot of fun at the same time, they're really getting to learn about those natural environments, learn different skills that help them out in the environment. Our campers come back every year excited, and after they're done being campers, they take those lessons with them into the real world. I know one of our former campers is actually a naturalist as her job now, and she attributes a lot of her career choice to her time at camp and having that unstructured playtime as a child in the environment. Every year, about half of our campers are returning, so it's definitely a place that people are wanting to come back to again and again and really get in touch with nature every summer and really gain an appreciation for the outdoors. So we really believe in letting children have unstructured playtime outside and learning skills that are useful in the natural world.
Accepting the award for Camp Mascapatoon is Erin Earl.
By teaching campers to enjoy, learn, and respect nature, each summer the camp has been able to fulfill its mission statement to nurture personal growth and promote respect for nature, self, and others. Many children would not have the opportunity to spend their summers hiking, sleeping under the stars, or even just enjoying nature. We're very proud of the environmental stewardship that is developed by our young campers and hope they will take on an appreciation of nature with them through their lives, and perhaps even develop initiatives that might land them on this stage one day. Thank you.
And the second Emerald Award also goes to Mestakis Institute.
The Mestakis Institute is a nonprofit research institute, and we hold a formal affiliation with Mount Royal University. Land use managers and natural resource managers require all of their decisions to be rooted in sound science. But it's not enough that we just have lots of maps and data and reports, because knowledge really isn't available until it's in a form that's useful to decision makers. Our job is primarily to get information into the hands of decision makers and communities so they can use it to actively support conservation. Since 1995, Mestakis has partnered with over 100 different organizations. One project that we're working on is a project that's looking at the reintroduction of beaver. The role that beavers play is well recognized in ecology, and the role that it can play in keeping watersheds healthy. And so we worked with the Ann and Sandy Cross area to actually reintroduce beavers to the Cross Conservation Area. Because Mestakis is seen as this neutral, third-party, nonpartisan organization, we're able to really address an issue from that perspective and really be able to draw in often disparate partners to really get at an issue and try to take some innovative approaches to some of the conservation challenges that we're seeing.
Accepting for the Mestakis Institute is Dana Duke.
Actually, I think I'd just like to start by letting people know what the Mestakis Institute means, what Mestakis means. We get asked that a lot. Mestakis means the backbone of the Rockies. It's a Blackfoot word. We're really grateful for this award. It validates the work that we do as a nonprofit, and we look forward to just continuing to do the work that we do at Mestakis, which is really about getting information and research available and into the hands of decision makers and communities so they can use it in support of conservation. Thanks very much.
And the third Emerald Award in the category of Community Group and Nonprofit Association goes to the Solar Energy Society of Alberta.
Well, the Solar Energy Society of Alberta has been continuous in Alberta for 38 years now. We do education programs, we do classes, we do seminars. We have many partnerships. Typically they're with universities and various governments. So we develop partnerships for our projects, but we don't directly receive industry funding per se. There are a lot of different ways we can utilize solar energy, and they all work pretty well in Alberta. One is a thermal aspect with solar hot water. Another would be passive solar design. In Alberta, you can get as much as 50% of your heating needs met just by how the building is designed and oriented. Another way is photovoltaics, which is generation of electricity through sunlight. It's one of the most promising technologies specifically for Alberta because the photovoltaic effect actually increases in efficiency as temperature drops. So we get a lot of clear winter days here, and you get some pretty high production during that time. None of us like to sacrifice. I mean, that's certainly human nature. Our economic system, as we have it set up right now, isn't really giving us the proper signals in terms of the ramifications of what we're doing and where we have to go. So just depending on economics is not going to necessarily get us there.
Accepting for the Solar Energy Society of Alberta is Rob Harlan.
I've been involved in the solar movement or the growth of and adoption of solar technologies for a number of years now. There's a transition that happens that's fascinating to me. It goes from they should do that to I can do that to I am living that. It is particularly striking to see this empowerment process happen with solar energy because you're experiencing producing your own power. We know that it is wrong and doesn't work to foul our own nest, and we know that finite resources don't last forever. It is actually the path we're on anyway. It is a lot more fun if we acknowledge it and choose it. Thank you.
Now, it's time to get down to business, large business, that is.
Yes, the Large Business Award recognizes businesses of over 101 employees that demonstrate a significant ongoing commitment to the environment, social responsibility, and exceed normal practices or statutory duties.
To present this award, a man for whom our love is large and who definitely knows his business, Mayor Naheed Nenshi, appearing via video.
Hello, I'm Mayor Naheed Nenshi, and I'm really sorry that I'm not able to be with you in person tonight for the 23rd Annual Emerald Awards. I know that together you're celebrating the very best in the environment right here in Alberta, and I hope that you have a wonderful evening and are inspired by all the nominees and the winners today. It is my great pleasure, however, to present the finalists for the Emerald Award for Large Business, and they are Statoil Canada for Statoil Understanding Caribou Initiatives, Calfrac Well Services and the City of Medicine Hat for the Ranchlands Baby's Breath Removal Project, and ConocoPhillips Canada for ConocoPhillips Canada Bull's Head Conservation Area. And the Emerald Award winner for Large Business goes to Jennifer Lawrence. Doesn't she win everything? No! The Emerald Award for Large Business goes to Statoil Canada for Statoil Understanding Caribou Initiatives.
The SCAT program is a program where we use detection dogs in the wintertime to collect scat, primarily from moose, wolf, and caribou, trying to get an understanding of what the populations were and when they wanted to be in certain areas in the wintertime. We saw that wolf's diet is about 80% of deer and 20% caribou. We saw that wolves prefer to use unvegetated rights-of-way or packed snow rights-of-way. So based on those learnings, we took our second steps on several other studies. The log rollback, what we did was spread logs on selected linear features, and then we set up several cameras to take a look at whether they were going to be effective at deterring predators, both two-footed and four-footed. So some 64 cameras have been deployed with over 44,000 hours and 500,000 pictures. So we've been able to look at, document interaction between wildlife, human, and their interactions with seismic lines. When we did the log rollback trial, there was a lot of skepticism amongst our team whether in fact that would actually work or not. And we've had a 90% success rate. Something as very simple as spreading logs and making it impossible. You can take those log rollback techniques, those camera deployment techniques, and use them elsewhere in Alberta or elsewhere in Canada, wherever caribou are.
Accepting for Statoil Canada is Tim Shopik.
On behalf of Statoil, I would like to thank the Emerald Award Foundation for this very prestigious award, and personally I find this a very honoring and humbling and exciting experience. Statoil has supported me in the out-of-the-box thinking on woodland caribou. Statoil's program has improved the understanding of caribou, tested some mitigation and monitoring measures that were successful and we hope others will use. These measures, however, are not silver bullets, but are now important tools in the caribou management toolbox. Thank you very much.
So the next award, please.
All right, yes, Deputy Ma'am. The category is Small Business, recognizing businesses of up to 100 employees that demonstrate a significant ongoing commitment to the environment, social responsibility, and exceed normal practices or statutory duties.
To present this award, please welcome Monica Zarowski, Managing Editor at the Calgary Herald.
Good evening, thank you. On behalf of the Calgary Herald and our sister news organization, the Edmonton Journal, we're thrilled to participate and be here, so thank you for having us. To refresh our memory, the finalists for tonight's Small Business Award are Tanis Conservation Services for their rough fescue grasslands restoration project, Waldron Grazing Cooperative Limited for the Waldron project. And we have good news. The judges have awarded an Emerald Award to both finalists in this category, Tanis Conservation Services and Waldron Grazing Cooperative Limited.
Our oldest growth species in the province may actually be grasses, not trees. Some of these grasslands date back to glaciation and even prior to glaciation. They provide the majority of the forage in the winter for cattle, also for bison operations, and then for wildlife. So grasslands are basically a critical component of our life in Alberta. These species, with their slow growth pattern, infrequent seed set, and then their really extremely poor germination rates, has made them very difficult to restore. Conventional wisdom has been that once you destroy a fescue grassland, you will never get it back. Initially, we were in agreement with that. With close to 15-20 trials on our own, we had one success. Really, the secret came when we started looking at, well, how do we grow trees? And so we started isolating in the greenhouse the perfect growing conditions for those plants, and now we're able to, in a 4-month period, produce a 2-year-old sized plant that would have been grown in the wild. We can preserve as much as possible, but at the same time, if we do not restore these ecosystems and protect them through restoration, we're going to find that they're slowly pieced off into little tiny unsustainable areas that can't be protected or sustained in the long term.
The Waldron Grazing Co-op was actually started in 1962 by 5 or 6 very forward-thinking people. They weren't large farmers or large ranchers. They were just small guys that said, you know what, let's be able to take our cattle somewhere else during the summertime and graze them in a community pasture. They had to go buy this chunk of land, and they said, okay, anybody that joins our co-op, we will give them a share for every $1,000 that they put into it. And for every share that you own, you can graze a certain number of cattle at the Waldron. It continues to be that way today. Our board is a fairly forward-thinking board that says, let's continue to do the best we can. Let's do rotational grazing. Let's restrict access to streams. So let's do these things. Let's think about how we can make the land better all the time. We're not going to graze this chunk of pasture until there's nothing left on it, because we understand that if we do that, if we graze the pasture down, we're not going to have anything for next year. We are stewards of the land. We have to be stewards of the land. We make our profit off the land. We're probably better stewards than all these tree huggers that you see. We're not here to get recognition about how well we do on the land. Our motive off this land is to save our grasslands and make a profit on it.
Accepting the award on behalf of Tanis Conservation Services is Stephen Tanis.
Well, I want to thank the Emerald Award Foundation for this award. It means a lot to us and to also the issue that we're supporting, which is conservation of the fescue grasslands in Alberta. We couldn't have done this without a lot of partners. This took the last 10 years of work that we worked specifically on this project, and actually we've been working with rough fescue for almost 30 years with our family. It looks like we will actually see significant reclamation. We've got over 600,000 plugs already planted in the ground, and we're seeing more every year. So we're hoping to see long-term restoration of fescue grasslands. And I have to thank the Waldron because I'm actually doing work on their properties as well. So.
Accepting the award on behalf of Waldron Grazing Cooperative Limited is Tim Nelson.
Native grassland is one of the largest carbon sinks in the world, and we just conserved 65,000 acres of it. That's 100 sections of land, 100 square miles of land that we just conserved, all running right down highway number 22. Steve Tanis, I was talking to him earlier because we've gotten to know each other because he does work on the Waldron, and he says, you know what, the one thing is that rough fescue wins here. And I thought, that's a pretty cool thing to say, Steve. Rough fescue wins. Now we're conserving 65,000 acres of rough fescue, never to be cultivated, never to be developed, never to be subdivided, never a house put on it. It'll always stay that way. Thank you.
And now, with the debut performance of their original song for the Emerald Foundation, entitled The River of the Raven, the Doll Sisters.
How's it going, everybody? Woo! We are so excited to be here. They asked us if we wanted to come out through the sides or through the forest, and we were like, through the forest, baby. So we were so happy and honored when we found out that we had been commissioned to write this song, but at first we were like, we didn't know what to write about. And then we thought about this river. It's called the Raven River. It runs through our family farm, and we're going to be moving out there soon. And it's been in our family for a long time, and we really love it. So we wrote this song inspired by it called The River of the Raven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. My father called me a little fox for my flaming hair. He told me of the water running long and clear. The river of the Raven is hidden in the trees, and it flows through the valley down into the bay. He said, run, run, run along the river, my love, rolling like silver till the night is gone. Run, run, run along the river, little fox, east into the sunrise, east into the dawn. He said, listen to me, little fox, listen to me close. This land was my father's, his father's before. And as we worked the soil long into the night, the river of the Raven was always at our side, always rushing at our side. Run, run, run along the river, my love, rolling like silver till the night is gone. Run, run, run along the river, little fox, east into the sunrise. This will be your land when I'm dead and silent, buried in the sand. So take care, my little fox, take care of it well. The river of the raven will stay with you when I'm gone. Yes, the river of the raven has been with us all along. Run, run, run along the river, my love, rolling like silver till the night is gone. Run, run, run along the river, little fox, east into the sunrise, east into the dawn. East into the dawn, east into the dawn, east into the dawn, east into the dawn. Rolling like silver, rolling like silver, rolling like silver, rolling like silver. Run, run, run along the river, my love, rolling like silver till the night is gone. Run, run, run along the river, little fox, east into the sunrise, east into the dawn. My father called me a little fox for my flaming hair, and he told me of the water running long and clear. Thank you.
One more time for the Doll Sisters.
You're great. The category of school or classroom is presented by Enbridge and recognizes classrooms, schools, or school boards within the formal education system, as well as formal education curricula and programs.
The category acknowledges those nominees that have gone beyond the normal practices and shown leadership and creativity in educating students about environmental matters.
And thanks to Enbridge, a $5,000 cash prize will also be rewarded to tonight's recipient.
To present this award, please welcome Linda Cody, Senior Director of Sustainability at Enbridge.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. The finalists in the category of school classroom are Lacombe Composite High School for Ecovision projects, Clandonald School Recycle Club, and Hillview School for Stewardship Begins With Me. And the winner is Lacombe Composite High School for their Ecovision projects.
Well, Ecovision has this mandate to create student leaders. What we do must enhance our education, it must help our environment, and third, we must collaborate with our community. So all the projects that the students come up with must fulfill those three mandates. From the birth of a project to the finishing of a project, it's all run by students. Everything from the research to the fundraising, to the getting of permissions from school boards and community organizations. They had to learn how to write grants. Even the Emerald Award, the students were involved in the writing of the application, so they know what it takes to do an application process and be successful in doing it. Because we have a 3-year student life cycle, we always adopt one 3-year project, and then we have year-long projects. One of them being the Little Green Thumbs. Little Green Thumbs is a garden project that has its mandate, garden in every school. It's mainly an elementary project, but we decided to join this year to provide mentorship for our elementary school students. So we are just beginning that project, and we're quite heavily involved with our elementary school, Terrace Ridge. My mandate in life is to empower students that have a passion. When I see my students succeed, it's amazing.
Accepting the award on behalf of Lacombe Composite High School is Stephen Schultz.
As we continue to dream together, the impossible becomes possible and leaders are born. Don't ever underestimate the potential of our youth. Thank you very, very much for this prestigious award, which signifies the achievements of the students from the 7 past years and the students who stand with me now. Thank you very, very much.
Our next category is Public Education and Outreach and is presented by Shell Canada.
This award recognizes individuals, organizations, and on-the-ground local initiatives within the non-formal education system that demonstrate leadership and creativity in educating the broader public about environmental matters.
To present this award, please welcome Stephanie Sterling, General Manager of Venture Support Integration and Social Performance at Shell Canada.
Thank you. The finalists in the category of Public Education and Outreach are Ducks Unlimited Canada for Project Webfoot, SAIT Polytechnic and Avalon Master Builder for Discover 5 Net Zero Home, David Dodge and Duncan Kinney for Green Energy Futures, Trout Unlimited Canada for Yellowfish Road. And the judges have decided to award 2 of the finalists in this category. The Emerald Awards go to Ducks Unlimited and SAIT Polytechnic and Avalon Master Builder.
Back in the mid-90s, we started to realize that we're not going to get our mission done by just building dams and purchasing land. We learned that we have to convince the general public to support and want wetlands. And that's when we collectively came to the understanding that maybe we better think about educating our youth. Luckily, here in Alberta, wetlands are part of the grade 5 curricula. So what DU supplies is an online resource toolkit and an in-class toolkit for the teachers to use. Really the strength of this program, though, is watching those kids out in the field. It not only educates rural kids, but also urban kids who rarely, if ever, have had a chance to just get outside. We actually get the kids into some rubber boots and give them some critter dipping nets and let them go be kids in a wetland, and to watch those kids that have never ever been is really an incredible sight. One of the neat things that I see now in my role is that I'm recruiting people that are working in the conservation field, and very, very many of them had their very first exposure to the great outdoors at a Project Webfoot classroom 17, 18 years ago. It's pretty powerful.
So SAIT program is a research program for net zero energy homes, for building integrated renewables, for architectural ecology. Really is trying to bring sustainability to the curriculum at the school through research with industry partners.
Our business is certainly changing with the requests that we get for energy efficiency.
On a practical level, the partnership with Avalon has always been fantastic in the sense that they have not only contributed in terms of their time and these homes as research homes, but really the homes become field sites for research.
For us, our day-to-day business keeps us busy. So they're able to use our sandbox that we provide and plane it and find different ways to do things better.
What we learned with Avalon was how to work with a real industry partner to meet a specific timeline at a specific budget in mind, and in fact exceed their expectations. We bring industry to the college to do R&D with full-time researchers, but we've got a huge pool of people with different expertise.
What SAIT brings to the table for us is just that ability to connect with the industry outside of just our home building industry.
Well, I think the biggest part of outreach for SAIT and for Avalon is to try and teach people that this isn't rocket science. This is obviously a leading edge research project, but certainly as you see the trickle down, that's the change in the market, right? And that's our goal, is to make that change.
To accept the award on behalf of Ducks Unlimited, please welcome Craig Bishop.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank the committee and the nominations for this, particularly Inside Education, which is nominated us for this award. They are our key contractor on this as well. We really strive to educate our youth because we do see that real linkage for them to be the leaders of our conservation and enhancing our habitat and our wetlands into the future. They are our biggest asset, and on behalf of our board of directors, our over 5,000 volunteers and our staff of over 400 people across Canada, I really am thankful for winning this award. Thank you very much.
Accepting the award on behalf of SAIT Polytechnic and Avalon Master Builder, Dean Jones.
On behalf of Avalon, I'd like to express how truly honored we are to be recognized amongst like-minded individuals from a broad range of industries here tonight. Doing these kinds of projects really increases public awareness and pushes us all towards a greener future. So thanks very much. I'll pass it on to Dean.
SAIT Polytechnic is obviously in the business of public education and outreach, and through its Green Building Research Office especially, building that house on SAIT, or the Discovery Series on SAIT campus, allows the students to come in and actually see what type of research we're carrying out in a green building process. And actually, once it's on location in Altadore, we've had tours go through. And luckily enough for me, in having a part in that project, I've gotten to present numerous times to architectural technology students during their class time. So thanks again to everyone. Appreciate it.
Our next category is presented by ConocoPhillips Canada.
To present this award, please welcome Russ Latoon, Senior Vice President of Western Canada Business Unit and Supply Chain Management from ConocoPhillips Canada.
Thank you, and good evening. The finalists in the youth category are Student-Led Initiatives for Sustainability Education at Queen Elizabeth School and Student Energy for Youth Empowerment. And the Emerald Award goes to Student-Led Initiatives for Sustainability Education at Queen Elizabeth High School.
SLICE stands for Student-Led Initiatives for Sustainability Education. Since 2010, we've been conducting project-based learning around environmental and humanitarian projects where students work towards solutions to real-world problems. One of the humanitarian projects that we carry out is with Haiti, and we've been assisting with earthquake relief efforts there since 2010. We've been sending solar lanterns that the students build themselves and various water filtration devices which help combat waterborne illnesses such as cholera. Students come to me quite often with their own initiatives that they've schemed up all on their own, and they ask for funding, and so then I work to fund those projects. This year we installed smart meters in the school, and that allows us to monitor our electrical consumption in real time, as well as how much we're spending on our electricity and how much carbon emissions we're producing as a result. Students learn how to communicate with professionals in the greater community. They learn how to talk to government as opposed to shying away from them. They learn how to ask for assistance and resources. They learn how to write grants. They're working towards goals that don't necessarily equate to credits or marks. They're working towards goals which equate to helping the world and making it a better place. It's amazing to see how they really begin to value themselves as agents of change. And they're gonna wow us.
Accepting for Student-Led Initiatives for Sustainability Education at Queen Elizabeth School is Aaron DeBlanco.
I'm very honored and excited to accept this award on behalf of the students from the SLICE program. Each one of these students through this program proves themselves to be an agent of change, a champion for all of us. And hopefully one day we'll be able to reach students across the province. Thank you very much.
The theme for the 2014 Emerald Challenge is water, and the award will be presented by Encana.
It's a tie. The first Emerald Challenge award goes to the Alberta Lake Management Society.
The Lake Watch program is a volunteer-based lake water quality monitoring program. Since 1996, we've collected hundreds of water quality samples from over 100 unique lakes throughout the province. In Alberta, our lakes are naturally productive because we have nutrient-rich soils. As we develop our watershed, though, with things like urban development, with agriculture, we increase the amount of nutrients entering a lake. And one of the symptoms of nutrients entering a lake is blue-green algae blooms. The best way to control things like blue-green algae blooms is by limiting the amount of nutrients, primarily phosphorus and nitrogen. Phosphorus and nitrogen can appear in fertilizers, in human waste, in animal waste, and in just soils naturally. We use lake water for irrigation, and we use lake water for drinking water supplies. As we see more blue-green algae advisories at beaches, and as people become more informed, we definitely see people becoming more interested in the state of their lake and more interested in the water quality. Having a healthy lake does not mean you cannot enjoy your lakes. Albertans should be able to do both, and I think they can. I think when people understand where nutrients come from and they understand that these nutrients drive blue-green algae blooms, we'll see people making better informed decisions that are really beneficial to our lakes.
So I just wanted to start by saying we are so pleased to win this award. Thank you to the Emerald Foundation for giving us the award, because an Emerald Award to us will be recognition of the efforts of the Alberta Lake Management Society. Thank you very much. Bye.
The second Emerald Challenge Award goes to the Southern Rockies Watershed Project.
The Southern Rockies Watershed Project is very much focused on the connection between water produced from our Rocky Mountain East Slopes region and how that region represents a critical source water region for the entire province of Alberta. Managing from source to tap, while it might seem like a simple idea, is actually an agonizingly difficult problem. The research is really focused on what drives the hydrology, the water production, the water ecology, and the water quality in these headwaters regions, and how those conditions in turn are connected to both human use of water and the diversity of ecosystem goods and services on which the province depends. The Southern Rockies Watershed Project would not have been possible without strong partnerships from both federal, provincial governments, regional stakeholder groups, watershed councils. We have done an analysis of the municipalities across the province that depend partially or solely on water that originates from these Rocky Mountain source water regions, and it turns out that approximately 2 out of 3 Albertans are partially or completely dependent on water that comes from this source water region. So from the perspective of drinking water and drinking water supplies, these Rocky Mountain source water regions are really critically important to the water security of Albertans.
From the Southern Rockies Watershed Project, Dr. Aldous Sillins.
We're deeply honored to have been chosen to receive this award, especially among such a distinguished group of nominees and finalists and recipients.
We're really thankful to be able to do this work and to be able to generate science and data so that other people with much broader missions and organizations can do something with it. So thank you very, very much. This is a tremendous honor.
The award for government institution recognizes all levels of government, Crown corporations, public institutions, agencies, and boards. To present this award, please welcome Bobby Lambright, President of ATCO Electrical Distribution Division.
So the finalists are the University of Alberta Office of Sustainability for the University of Alberta's Waste in Residence Programming, the City of Edmonton for the Master Naturalist Program, fostering stewardship in the community through citizen engagement, Starland County for the Starland Solar Success Story, and the University of Calgary for comprehensive sustainability and environmental leadership. And the Emerald Award goes to the Office of Sustainability, University of Alberta.
The Waste in Residence programming at the University of Alberta involves a diversity of strategies and different programs. One of our institutional goals is to increase our waste diversion at the university to 50% by 2015. And one of the ways that we're seeking to achieve that goal is through focusing on residences. We have more than 5,000 students living in residence at the University of Alberta, and the turnover every year of that student population is really huge. With that is a huge turnover of materials that can end up in landfill if there aren't facilities in place to donate and recycle those kind of unique items that only come up that time of year. So we collect things like unusable electronics, food and toiletry items, clothing and household items, including furniture, that type of thing. And then empty beauty product containers that all are distributed to organizations that then collect those items and use them to achieve their goals. I think that educational institutions have not only a role, but also just a really great opportunity to do environmental education or sort of to integrate sustainability into the student experience. So all of our programming is focused on teaching and learning and behavior change and giving people opportunities to develop the values or the behaviors around sustainability that they then carry forward with them into the future.
We're really excited. We deliver about 140 activities on campus every year. We reach around 34,000 people with those things. And these two programs are just a sample of the many things that happen on our campus. We're very thankful for this award. It will really help us inspire many other people to get involved in our work. Thank you very much.
The Shared Footprints Award was launched in 2010 by Alberta Sustainable Resource Development and celebrates excellence in integrated land management.
This award will be presented by the Alberta Real Estate Foundation, and we are pleased to welcome their chair, Gary Wilson, to present the Emerald Shared Footprints Award.
Thank you. We're quite pleased to be involved. The finalists for the Shared Footprints Award are COSIA, Canada's Oil Sands Innovation Alliance, for the Elgar Restoration Pilot Project, Eagle Point Blue Rapids Parks Council, and the Shared Footprints Award goes to COSIA.
In the Elgar area, there's a number of linear disturbances that aren't being restored naturally. We're interested in restoring the lines because they cause habitat fragmentation, and so it's about improving habitat quality. It allows us to grow trees which will help cut down the line of sight for predators such as wolves, and also it will restrict their movement a little bit more as opposed to when they're open where they can use the lines for quick movements. The biggest challenge to the Elgar restoration is that the areas are very wet, which is why this project uses winter restoration. It allows us to get in there when the ground conditions are frozen, and we can use heavy equipment. In a lot of cases on these lines, we're planting tree seedlings that are 1 to 2 years old. So it gives it a head start as opposed to the natural regeneration. In a few years' time, the trees would be in the 1.5 meter range, and then the line of sight for predators is significantly reduced at that point. The Elgar project has been pretty successful so far. We found that tree survival, even when planted in the wintertime, was very good. Really, the biggest surprise of the Elgar project has been the dependency on weather. If it doesn't get really cold, we can restore very few kilometers of line relative to when we get really frozen ground conditions. It allows the equipment to work, and we can get a much better production on the restoration work.
Accepting on behalf of Canada's Oil Sand Innovation Alliance is Will Huseman.
I'm very proud to be involved in a project that is very innovative with habitat restoration, but I'm even more proud in the way that we came about the project with the collaboration between our industry partners, government, and our consultants. And finally, I'd like to thank the Emerald Awards and Foundation for validating all of that hard work. Thank you.
The next category honors individual commitment, recognizing those who are protecting the environment through a personal initiative or within the organizations in which they work.
To present this award, we are joined by Cara Flynn, who is the Vice President of Government and Public Affairs with Syncrude Canada, the longest supporting corporate partner of the Emerald Foundation.
The judges have awarded 3 individuals for their commitment to protecting the environment. Congratulations to all of you. The first Emerald Award goes to Polly Knowlton Cockett.
I've always been interested in the outdoors and helping out and pitching in, but I just have become passionate about native biodiversity conservation, even and perhaps especially within the cities. We have the privilege of having a little piece of the native prairie right here in the community. And within the school grounds, we've also done a prairie reclamation. We've put in interpretive signage, and that's completely unusual because it involves original artwork from students and community members and poetry. It's amazingly collaborative work. It's a great way to get involved with your kids and your community to help out, and doing that out of doors is certainly what environmental education is partly about, taking care of ourselves and each other. I think joining in and just seeing other people's enthusiasm and energy feeds your own and develops connections. I'm very hopeful that our cities are going to be more livable, more walkable, more friendly. If we also remember to bring the wild back into our cities, that it isn't something that's out there. The environment is not out there. We are part of the environment. The environment is part of us. I just got to do a little something that most people in the room haven't done yet, and that's to stretch my legs. So if you want to, just briefly, get up and stretch your legs while I go for a little walk. I'll be right back. I just had to go through those woods, you know. I had to make a little connection with this place, no matter what it is. And the work that I do is all about connecting to place. I really must thank everybody from my community of Brentwood and adjoining Charleswood. And I would like to thank all of the colleagues in the wider world of poetry and science and storytelling. So thank you very much. I'm very honored to be here. Thank you.
The second Emerald Award in this category this evening goes to Barry Kolonowski. Congratulations.
I consider myself a practical environmentalist. It's key that we look at the environment, we protect it, but still allowing development to occur, whether it be industrial development or residential development. Always having that appreciation for the environment, what it means to us as a society. I think I have a very strong role to play as far as environmental stewardship goes. I know where we need to go, but sometimes I don't know the pieces to get there. I'm only one of the team that are there. I believe in mentorship. I believe in learning from our mistakes. I believe it's critical that each of us, no matter who you are in your role in society, has a voice, has an opinion. Legislation is just basically a guideline to hold us all to the same standard. And in the long run, I think legislation backs up where we want to go on a certain issue, and trying to handle it so that we're all winners in the end is very difficult. I think on certain issues we seem to be in crisis, but again, I think we need to step back, have some reasoning, have some respect for one another, and make the right decisions for the future generations to come.
I didn't really prepare a speech or anything. I spent 5 hours thinking about it coming here, though, and still didn't put it together because my nerves are shot. So this award really isn't all about me. It's about all my colleagues that I work with. Lac-La-Biche County that gave me the opportunity and challenge to persevere. Congratulations to all the recipients and the nominees. This is truly an honor, and I didn't expect this tonight. Thank you.
And the final Emerald Award for individual commitment goes to Bob Peel.
Our off-site conservation center is 320 acres. The facility was never designed to be open to the public. We want the animals out there to have a sense of privacy, just so that they are comfortable to breed and reproduce and keep their natural behaviors. Two of the important species we work with right now out there are the whooping crane and also the Vancouver Island marmot. And both these species were down to very low numbers. They were in danger of extinction. It's a long-term commitment. Think in terms of 3 decades. For example, with whooping cranes, we've been involved now since 1989, and we're still involved. And that story is not over yet. It's going to be another several decades before there'll be a comfort around that species. So I'm very proud to be associated with a zoo that has that kind of commitment to restoring nature. Conservation is about hope. And you know, it is also, I think, about choices and finding common ground. You know, we've had some great successes. I think that it looks a lot more positive now than it did when I first started at the zoo.
Earlier this year, when Sonia Law in the development department said she'd like to nominate me as a recipient for an award, I was really, really humbled, because I have this feeling that so many others are deserving at the Calgary Zoo for their courage and their strength they've shown over the last year. And I'd like to acknowledge them tonight for that. And tonight, just hearing about all the projects and all the individual commitments, I also have a great sense of hope that all the things we are doing are going to make a big difference for our beautiful province of Alberta. So thank you very much.
This year, the Emerald Foundation wanted to get more people talking about the awards, so they partnered with the Alberta Beverage Container Recycling Corporation to introduce a People's Choice Award.
To present this award and a check for $1,000, please welcome the Alberta Beverage Container Recycling Corporation Love to Recycle team.
So the Alberta Emerald Foundation Award, People's Choice Award, who's won by a landslide, garnering over 40% of the votes, goes to Herman Chang from Hillview School.
It's a great honor to accept this award, and thank you, voters, for choosing Hillview School. The students' enthusiasm for these projects, their delight in what they are learning, and their pride in making a difference in the world, who prove it doesn't matter how small you are, you can have a positive impact on the world.
Congratulations once again to all of the evening's recipients and nominees. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for the extraordinary work you are doing for Alberta.
Good night, everyone.